Hello everyone, this time let's discuss a question from 2024 Edexcel IGCSE 2H paper. As you can see, this is a vector question. A lot of students are afraid of this type of questions because they are not used to the vector algebraic thinking skills. So similar to the transition from primary school to secondary school, algebra becomes more and more important. From secondary school to further education, namely the sixth form, the vector algebra becomes more and more important. It will help you in other modules of mathematical study, of physics study, and so on. Therefore, let's discuss this question without further ado. So, as you can see, this is a quadrilateral with OA, OB, BC are given. And you need to find in question A the AC, vector AC in terms of A and B. Okay, so how can we find AC? So if we want to go from A to C, it will be the same from going from A to O, from O to B, and B to C. Of course, this is a big detour, but it is equivalent from the same original point, origin to the same destination. Therefore, the equivalent vectors. So let's write this down. AC equals AO plus OB plus BC. Okay, so we know OA is 4A, therefore AO is minus 4A from the basics of the vector algebra. So we can just substitute in minus 4A plus 3B plus 2A plus B. Therefore, if we collect like terms, we will have 4B minus 2A as the answer to the first question. Well, the second question, although there's no diagrams and question is short, but it's the hardest part for this question. It is typical a vector algebra question, so you need to use all your knowledge and skills in algebra you have learned in secondary school to solve this problem. The point P lies on AC such that AP to PC is 3 to 2. And the point Q is such that OPQ and BCQ are straight lines. Use a vector method, find OQ in terms of A and B. Give your answer in the simplest form, of course. And so you may wonder, P has already been marked on this quadrilateral. Where is Q? So Q, you need to construct that point. Let's just make this quadrilateral. Okay. And those are A, O, B, and C. We know P is a point, AP to PC is 3 to 2. But also we know Q is a point on the extension of OP and BC. Okay, Q is a point here. So what we need to find is just, we know that OQ is a multiple of OP, and OQ can also be given from O to B and B to C because it is a multiple of a BC. We just need to find what BC is and take another multiple. And now we don't need to consider OB, just BC. Okay, so we already know BC is. BC is 2A plus B, so multiple of that. But we still don't know what OP is. We need to, our task is just find what OP is. From O to P is the same as from O to A and from A to P. We don't know what A to P, AP is, but we do know that AP is 3/5 of AC. And AC we have already calculated in the previous question. Therefore, we can just sub in everything. OA is 4A plus 3/5 of 4B minus 2A. Therefore, we have 4A plus 12/5 B minus 6/5 A. So simplify this one. We do need to simplify this one. We have 14/5 A plus 12/5 B. If we write in decimal number, will give us a better understanding of this vector, which is 2.8A plus 2.4B. So that is our OP. And OQ from this direction can be represented using a multiplier lambda times OP. That gives us lambda of 2.8A plus 2.4B. And okay, we have OQ from the direction from O to A, then from A to P we got OP, and then OP extended we got OQ. Another direction we can go from O to B. Let's write correctly. OQ can also be written as O to B plus B to Q. Okay, so we don't know what BQ is, but we do know that BQ is another multiplier multiplied with BC actually. So BC is given 2A plus B. So therefore, OQ from another different directions approach can be written as OB, which is 3B plus mu of 2A plus B. So let's collect like terms. That means the coefficient of A with coefficient of A, coefficient of B with coefficient of B. So we have 2 mu A plus 2 mu plus 3 actually B. Now with the previous calculation of OQ, these two must equal to each other. That gives us lambda 2.8 lambda A plus 2.4 lambda B equals 2 mu A plus mu plus 3B. Now we can compare coefficients of vector A and B. That gives us 2.8 lambda equals 2 mu and 2.4 lambda equals mu plus 3. Okay, so in the first equation, if we divide by 2 to both sides, we have mu equals 1.4 lambda. Sub in to the second equation, we have 2.4 lambda equals 1.4 lambda plus 3. So we can easily calculate lambda equals 3 then. When lambda equals 3, we can just sub back in actually into this equation. So we have OQ, which is the question asked, equals 3 times 2.8A plus 2.4B. If we calculate this, we can have 8.4A plus 7.2B. So that is the answer we are looking for. And I hope you understand this solution, enjoy the video, and see you in the next. Bye.